Now, the second and third largest political parties in Pakistan have confirmed that they're in talks about whether to form a coalition government after the general election provided no clear winner. The move has angered supporters of the jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan, who've been protesting against the results, calling them forged. Independent parliamentary candidates affiliated with Khan's PTI party won the most seats, and courts are now hearing legal challenges. Let's get more on this with our correspondent, Carrie Davies. So, Carrie, what are the prospects of success for this coalition? We heard late last night that Nawaz Sharif's PML-N and Bilawal Bhutto's PPP have now had these official formal talks about potentially forming a government. Now, the backdrop to this is that those two parties were in a previous coalition. They joined together and ousted Imran Khan in a vote of no confidence. That was in April 2022, so they have a history of working together. But throughout the course of this electoral campaign, there has been criticism from both sides about the other. So it will be interesting to see whether or not they then find some form of common ground. But the videos that they released last night showed a very warm welcome between the two sides. Shehbaz Sharif, Nawaz Sharif's brother, and Bilawal Bhutto greeting one another at the PPP's headquarters to be able to have these discussions. So we're waiting to see whether they have come up with a solution, whether they are going to form a government. On the other hand, of course, we're also waiting to hear what will happen with Imran Khan-backed candidates. Now, they have the majority. They've got 93 out of 101 of the independent seats were backed by Imran Khan supporters, according to our analysis. But the big question is, what do they do now? So, independents, as they're running as independents, because in the weeks running up to this election, the Electoral Commission here in Pakistan decided not to recognize them because they said that there were issues with the way that they held their own internal party vote. And that meant that all of the candidates had to run as independents, not as a party. That now presents a new problem here, because do they stay as independents? Which might mean that they have issues with sort of party discipline or voting in one direction, voting as a bloc. Do they join a smaller existing party and essentially come in and kind of dominate that party? Do they join one of these other larger parties that have got large amounts of votes? Or would that be seen by their supporters as some form of compromise too far? Or do they just continue to operate as independents? The option of trying to get their party to be recognized again might take some time. So those are the sort of options that are on the table for Imran Khan's party here. So you mentioned IMCs, the people who've actually won in the election, but what about his support?